been said that Bigfoot exhibits nocturnal behavior, perhaps to hunt or to avoid detection. But the cloak of darkness couldn't hide the creature in the stunning footage you're about to see, captured by two campers armed with a night vision camera.
Just now, a man shocked the world by releasing the clearest photos ever of a Bigfoot being airlifted by a helicopter. These stunning pictures show a huge furry creature dangling from a harness high above the forest. The internet is ablaze with theories and debates as experts struggle to explain why a search and rescue helicopter would carry such an extraordinary passenger. Tune in to uncover the truth about this secret operation and what it means for the legendary creature's existence. The Bigfoot photo that stunned the internet. In the quiet, forested regions of the Pacific Northwest, stories about Bigfoot have been shared for generations. These stories have captivated many, passed down through families like old legends. One recent story, though, has stood out. A man who chose to stay anonymous claims he took a picture of a Bigfoot being lifted by a helicopter. Another witness said he was adjusting his camera for a scenic shot when he heard the sound of helicopter blades. Out of curiosity, he looked up and saw a helicopter flying over the trees. To his shock, he saw a large, shadowy figure hanging below it, strapped into a harness. Stay tuned as we delve into the origins of the helicopter and unravel the intentions behind this mysterious mid-air journey. Once home, he took a closer look at his photos and shared them online. The pictures showed a large, human-like figure covered in dark fur hanging from the helicopter. The size and appearance of the creature matched descriptions of Bigfoot from other sightings. Reactions online were mixed. Some were skeptical, while others were intrigued. Researchers who study legendary creatures found the images interesting, but warned that they didn't prove Bigfoot's existence. But that wasn't the most confusing part. Aviation experts who saw the photo identified the helicopter as one typically used for search and rescue missions, but they couldn't explain why it would be carrying such a strange passenger. The harness, clearly designed to hold a large human-like figure, suggested that this operation was planned and purposeful, raising even more questions. However, this idea didn't convince everyone. Many people pointed out that the creature in the photo didn't look like any known animal such as a deer, bear, or elk. The mysterious image raised the possibility that government or private groups might be capturing and studying Bigfoot in secret. The use of a special harness and helicopter hinted at a well-organized plan, not just a random occurrence. If such groups are involved, it raises bigger questions. Do they know more about Bigfoot than they're letting on? If this is true, it suggests that there's much more to the Bigfoot story than just old legends. It could mean that serious efforts are being made to study or even contain these creatures. For those dedicated to researching Bigfoot, photos like this could have a major impact. Until now, most evidence has been blurry pictures, shaky videos, and personal stories. But clearer images like these might change everything. The photos could also bring more attention and funding to Bigfoot research. This could lead to more scientific studies and collaborations between independent researchers and universities, helping to make the study of Bigfoot more credible. After all, the legend of Bigfoot is rooted in the stories of indigenous peoples across North America, blending history with the mysteries of today. In today's world, Bigfoot symbolizes the idea that there are still mysteries left to discover. Despite all our advances in technology and knowledge, Bigfoot reminds us that some things remain unexplored. This creature represents the idea of modern myths, something wild and unexplainable that doesn't fit neatly into scientific categories. It challenges how we think about nature and what's possible. Over the years, researchers have also collected physical evidence like footprints, hair samples, and recordings of strange sounds that they think might be Bigfoot's calls. While not all of this evidence can be fully explained, it continues to attract attention from both scientists and enthusiasts. With better technology, researchers are hopeful they will one day find definitive proof that Bigfoot exists. The media has played a huge role in keeping Bigfoot popular. TV shows, documentaries, and podcasts regularly discuss Bigfoot, mixing scientific investigation with entertaining stories. But even with all this technology, the mystery goes beyond the forest. People around the world have reported seeing large human-like creatures, often near bodies of water. However, underwater sightings are extremely rare. One such encounter involved Michael, a snorkeling enthusiast from the U.S. who had a terrifying experience in a remote lake in Washington state. After a lengthy trek through dense forest, Michael plunged into the clear, chilly waters of the lake. Initially, he spotted what he believed to be a large fish in the depths. However, as the shape approached, it became apparent that it was not a fish but something much more unusual. He saw a towering, hairy figure with wide shoulders, lengthy arms, and deeply set eyes. Although Michael was aware of the stories of Bigfoot lurking in the forest, he never anticipated encountering such a creature beneath the water. Reeling from a shocking revelation in the woods, we dive into a story that plunges even deeper into the unknown. The creature that changed Michael's beliefs. Michael quickly realized that the creature meant no harm. It was just looking at him out of curiosity. After a brief moment, the creature released him and disappeared into the deep waters of the lake. Breathing heavily, a mix of fear and wonder, Michael rushed back to the shore. Sitting there, his mind raced, trying to understand what had just happened. Before this moment, he wasn't sure creatures like that really existed, but now he knew they were real. With a new sense of certainty, Michael began to wonder if anyone else would believe his story. He knew it was important, so he decided to reach out to local experts who specialized in strange occurrences. At first, they were skeptical, but as Michael shared his detailed and vivid account, they started to believe him. Soon enough, they agreed to join him at the lake, bringing underwater cameras and sound equipment to try and capture any signs of the creature. Days went by with no sign of the mysterious being. Still, Michael treasured the experience, knowing it was something he would never forget. He kept returning to lakes and rivers, hoping to find more proof of the creature's existence. For years, people have reported seeing mysterious creatures living in remote wilderness areas across the United States. While sightings have been noted in many places, Washington State has become known as a hotspot. It's even called the Bigfoot capital of the country. This title goes back to 1958 when a construction worker named Jerry Crew found huge footprints near his work site, sparking lots of curiosity and many expeditions into the wild. Since then, Washington has remained a major focus for Bigfoot sightings. The Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization has documented over 700 cases in the state, the highest of any place in the country. The thick, untouched forests of Washington, especially in places like the Olympic National Forest, seem to be the perfect hiding spots for creatures like Bigfoot. The dense trees and rough landscape provide excellent cover, making it easy for such creatures to stay hidden. But here's the surprising part. Washington's cool, damp climate also creates a great home for these beings. It's believed that they thrive in the thick mountain woodlands of the Pacific Northwest. Despite all these reports, many people remain doubtful, thinking that the sightings are just animals mistaken for something else, or even tricks played on people. But believers argue that with so many eyewitness accounts and physical evidence like footprints and hair samples, it's hard to dismiss them all. In recent years, there's been more scientific interest in Bigfoot, with organizations like the North American Wood Ape Conservancy using modern technology to study the sightings more seriously. Even though the debate over Bigfoot's existence continues, the fascination with this creature has never gone away. It has inspired countless books, movies, and TV shows. Washington remains a top spot for Bigfoot fans, and as long as people stay curious, the search for these mysterious creatures will go on. This amazing creature is sure to keep people interested for years to come. The Grand Canyon, famous for its stunning beauty and unique rock formations, has always attracted explorers and adventurers. It's a place filled with wonder, where you can see the Earth's ancient history right in the layers of rock. One fascinating story tied to the Grand Canyon is about a secret underground city of giants hidden deep in its cracks. According to this story, a group of explorers in the early 1900s found an entrance to a large underground city while exploring the tough landscape of the canyon. This entrance, tucked behind a huge rock, led them into a strange world filled with giant beings. These explorers described the giants as huge, over 10 feet tall, and incredibly strong, with advanced technology beyond what they had ever seen. This tale of the underground city has caught the interest of many, sparking debates and curiosity about whether it could be real. The explorers claimed they encountered large human-like beings living in the caves. At one point, the giants even started throwing stones at them. Our fascination with hidden civilizations, especially those with giants or other strange creatures, taps into our love for the unknown and our thirst for unbelievable discoveries. As the explorers traveled deeper into the winding canyon paths, they found another hidden entrance behind a large rock. When they went inside, they found a massive underground room glowing with a strange light. The air was thick with an odd energy, and the walls shimmered with an otherworldly glow. As they moved carefully through the space, they saw strange symbols on the walls, a language they couldn't understand. Their amazement only grew as they explored more of this underground city. They saw huge stone buildings suggesting that a highly advanced society once lived there. The hallways were made for giant creatures, with ceilings so high they faded into the dark. The explorers were left in awe, feeling as though they had stumbled into a hidden world of giants. The deeper they went, the more evidence they found of a complex culture with large tools and carefully crafted artifacts. Everything they saw made them feel small and deeply curious. But the biggest shock was yet to come. They eventually reached a giant chamber that looked like a gathering area. From the shadows, enormous beings, the giants themselves, appeared. The explorers were frozen with awe and disbelief at what they were seeing. They quickly left, not wanting to push their luck. This wasn't the first time explorers have shared such stories. The Grand Canyon is not only geologically important with rock layers representing millions of years of Earth's history, but its vast size and complexity naturally spark the imagination. The deep caves and strange rock formations make it easy to believe that there could be more hidden secrets waiting to be found. But here's the thing, there's no solid scientific proof for the underground city of giants. Still, stories like this remind us how curious we are about the world's mysteries. The search for hidden civilizations and forgotten worlds has driven many explorers and adventurers throughout history. It pushes us to look beyond the known, to expand our understanding, and to seek answers to questions that have lingered for centuries. The idea of a hidden city of giants in the Grand Canyon reminds us that there's still so much left to discover in our world. There are places that remain unexplored, giving our imaginations room to grow. It encourages us to keep exploring, to stay curious, and to be open to surprising discoveries. Even though legends and myths might not match up with science, they are still important. They shape our cultural stories and spark our sense of wonder. Next, we go from forest secrets to hidden caves in the Grand Canyon. The challenge of the Grand Canyon's secret caves. Even though we've learned a lot about it, there's still plenty hidden beneath the Grand Canyon. Deep down in the canyon's depths are caves and tunnels that no one has found yet. These hidden spaces might hold amazing discoveries for scientists and explorers alike. The way the Grand Canyon is shaped makes it perfect for cave formation, which has been happening for millions of years. Erosion, along with water and chemical reactions, have slowly carved the limestone and other rocks into a complicated maze of underground rooms and passages. These caves, which we can't see from above, remain largely unexplored. They might reveal important information about the region's geological past or even be home to unique ecosystems. But exploring these secret caves in the Grand Canyon comes with serious challenges. The canyon's vast, rugged terrain makes reaching and navigating these hidden chambers difficult. The steep cliffs, dangerous terrain, and remote locations make it hard for explorers to even get close. On top of that, these underground environments are delicate and need to be handled with care to avoid damaging their untouched state. But that's not the worst part. Despite all these challenges, there are clues that suggest even more caves are waiting to be found. Every now and then, hikers, scientists, and explorers stumble upon hidden passages that hint at the Grand Canyon's many undiscovered secrets. These sightings remind us that there is still so much to learn from this natural wonder. By exploring these caves, we could gather new information about the geological processes that shape the Grand Canyon. Looking at rock formations and mineral deposits in the caves could help scientists better understand the canyon's history and how it evolved over time. This knowledge could be essential for broader studies about how Earth has changed throughout its history.
There's even more at stake here. The hidden caves in the Grand Canyon might also lead to important biological discoveries.
Caves often host ecosystems with creatures perfectly adapted to life in the dark and isolation. These underground habitats could house species that are found nowhere else, or even populations of rare and endangered species. Discovering such organisms could be key to conservation efforts and help us understand the diversity of life on Earth. But the discoveries might not stop with nature. These caves could also have cultural and historical significance. Native American tribes have deep spiritual and cultural connections to the Grand Canyon. Finding new caves or artifacts might offer a window into their history and traditions. There could even be archaeological evidence of ancient humans, giving us insight into how early people interacted with this challenging landscape. Of course, exploring these caves responsibly is crucial. It takes careful planning and a commitment to protecting both the environment and cultural heritage. Any effort to explore the Grand Canyon's caves must involve scientists, conservationists, and indigenous communities working together. This way, we can minimize environmental and cultural harm and respect the deep spiritual meaning the canyon holds for Native American tribes. But the challenges don't stop there. While the Grand Canyon draws millions of visitors each year, its size and rough terrain can be dangerous. In fact, this might be the most worrying part. People who venture too far into its depths sometimes disappear without a trace. The canyon's tough landscape and unpredictable climate can lead to accidents, and finding lost hikers or explorers is incredibly difficult. Rescue missions are complicated by the harsh conditions and limited access to help. The National Park Service, which manages the canyon, faces ongoing challenges in ensuring safety while allowing people to explore this breathtaking but dangerous place. The Grand Canyon National Park keeps a close record of incidents, including search and rescue missions. However, these numbers might not show everything since local police or tribal authorities handle some cases of missing people. It's hard to get an exact count, but when you compare the few missing people to the millions of visitors each year, it becomes clear that the number of cases is quite small. The National Park Service, along with other groups, is dedicated to helping people in trouble. They use helicopters, ground searches, and work with local police, volunteers, and rescue teams. But the rugged, remote landscape of the Grand Canyon makes these search efforts really difficult. The huge size of the area, along with the tricky and sometimes dangerous terrain, makes finding people a big challenge. These missions need a lot of people, special gear, and good planning to give rescuers the best chance of success. Still, despite all the effort, there are times when the missing person isn't found. But that's not even the hardest part. Staying safe in the Grand Canyon requires visitors to be very careful and ready. This means sharing your plans with someone before your trip, sticking to marked trails, carrying the right safety gear, and knowing the dangers of the area. You also need to be aware of your own physical limits and how things like extreme heat or sudden flash floods could affect you. The National Park Service and other groups work hard to teach visitors how to stay safe while exploring the Grand Canyon. They provide guides, safety tips, and other resources to help people understand how to stay prepared and respect the natural environment. These efforts are all aimed at reducing accidents and helping visitors enjoy their trip safely. But it's important to remember that while most people visit the Grand Canyon without any issues, it's still a wild and demanding place. Visitors need to approach it with care and be ready for anything. The park's teams are constantly working on search and rescue missions and sharing safety advice to help keep visitors safe while they explore this amazing landscape. What do you think? Could this be the definitive proof of Bigfoot's existence that we've been waiting for? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.